my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my channel. It's happened. We have a rate at 3.94%. A year ago, this time last year, we would never ever have dreamt that the rate was going to be this price by the end of 2023. Now, we talked about this the other day. This has come off the back of really good inflation rate data. Swap rates have been dropping, and now lenders are fighting for our business. You see, what's happening at the moment is there isn't many transactions happening. And so lenders, they need deals. They need people like you, like me, to use them. And when you're looking for a lender, let's be honest, you go to the cheapest deal. Whether you go through Money Supermarket or Compare the Market or a broker, which I think is the better way to do it, the broker doesn't bring you the worst deal. They bring you the best 1, 2 or 3 deals that are potentially available to you. Now, you'll look at that and you'll look at fees. You'll look at what the opportunity is to exit the deal if you needed to early, and various other factors, and pick the right deal for you. And so lenders know that in order to get business, they need to be near the top. And so when lending is slow, this is what will happen. The lenders will fight and they'll be more competitive. And this is an absolute win for everybody. Now, what's looking likely is that in January, more lenders are already talking. A lot of them have stopped pretty much for Christmas. I think these guys, this lender isn't one I've ever heard of, but that doesn't make any difference. The fact is they are lending money out at this rate. The fact is a lot of people have shut down for Christmas period now. And so you're gonna start to see more deals come in the first week of January. So before we jump into this and who the lender is, let me ask you one very quick favor. It is pretty much Christmas now. Give me my little Christmas present, which is your subscription. So subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. And while you're here, smash the like button or tickle the like button. Do something to the like button. Don't be a Scrooge. Don't be one of those people that comments and says, because he's asking me for a like, I'm going to unsubscribe. Okay, fine. Some of you have commented that, but you still watch my videos. So come on, let's be Christmas friends. Give me that like over there. So, who is this lender? I've not heard of this lender, but what I'd like to say is don't let that put you off. So, buy-to-lets at the moment, I've been using a limited company when I purchased for my daughter, Georgia. That's why we started the channel, actually, was to start my investment journey. We bought a couple of properties for Georgia so far, and we used a company at the time called Land Bay. I'd never heard of them, but it doesn't matter. They've lent me the money. They're a decent lender. And so don't always worry about using one of the big 5 banks. There are other lots of very good lenders out there. Now, this company is called Generation Home. And remember, you're the one borrowing money from them. So they need to be more worried about you than you need to be of them. Obviously, when you do a transaction, if it's a purchase or a remortgage, your solicitor is going to fully check out the lender anyway. And so these guys have a rate which they've done to get the headlines and be the cheapest lender in the country right now, which is a smart PR thing to do. Their rate is 3.94%. Really, really decent rate that. Now, what we've seen similar rates to this. We have seen, particularly in the buy-to-let industry, we've seen rates below 4%, but then they have massive fees. I saw some rates that were 3.5%, but the fees were 7%, which is absolutely insane. You're going to like the fees on this one because they're not a percentage. They are a fixed fee of $999. So $1,000 basically, which is decent in this market. Yes, you have had deals before where you could get 0 fees or you could get 500 quid or 250 quid fees, but that's not the market we're in today. This is a very, very, very good rate. Now, the length of time on this deal is 5 years. And that kind of makes sense. I just replied to a comment actually of someone that's maybe watching this video right now. They're just about to buy a property. They're using a small deposit of 5%, so they're getting a 95% mortgage. And they said, Should we get a 2-year deal or a 5-year deal? I think 5-year for them is a good mortgage to have, because right now, in a year, the prices might drop and then they could easily be in negative equity with that small size deposit. So 5 years is a good time to allow the market to maybe have a little dip. Remember, lots of lenders are saying they expect 3%, 4%, 2%. Different lenders are saying different stuff. Drops in 24, and a lot of them are expecting a recovery in 2025. My personal opinion is I think house prices will drop the first half of 24, and I think they'll recover at the back end, the last 6 months of 2025. So this is a 5-year deal. It's fixed. It's 3.94. The deposit is another thing that's important. This is a 40% deposit. Now, I've done videos like this before, and a lot of people in the comments are saying, well, who has a 40% deposit? This is good for people remortgaging, right? So if you've owned a property, and that's a big chunk of the market, right? A huge chunk of the market. They're stuck on some deals. They need to get on to a new deal. And the actual, I've got it here actually. Have I got it here? Yeah, before prices went up, the average interest rate was 2.3%. And so before, got my notes from an old video there, 2.3% was the average rate that people were on over the last few years. And so to go from a 2.3 to a 3.94 isn't that bad. It's really not going to be that impactful for a lot of people. And that is good. That's what we wanted to see. Where a lot of people struggled is where they went from this 2.3, came off a deal at the end of last year where rates were 6, 7, 8%, depending on your circumstances. That was a real wake-up call for a lot of people. So this is the first lender. There's definitely going to be more of these in January. I think you're going to start seeing the big companies, HSBC, Virgin, Nationwide, Mortgage Works, Lloyds, and all their sub-brands are going to start fighting for your business even more in the January period. They all want that headline that they're under 4%. That gets them so much free coverage in all the newspapers and all the online blogs, and all the YouTubers like me will be talking about that stuff. And so the fact that they could slice the deal from 4.25% to 3.9%, that advertising that they will get off the back of that is going to be worth it to them. So this is someone to go and check out. Generation Home. I think this is a good start. First lender to do it. Let's make sure all the others follow. Let me know, what do you think about this? Do you think other lenders are going to follow, or are they going to wait and see what happens with inflation and data? Do comment below with your thoughts. Do smash the like button, guys. Give me that Christmas like over there. Go and check out some other content on my channel. We've got 700 plus videos now. So why don't you go and watch this video right here.